Hi everybody, I hope you're enjoying this last week before Halloween. I know I'm super excited because like I said, Halloween is my favorite holiday and I love spooky stuff. So last week I showed you guys my special witchy cackle, which is a special thing I only do around Halloween. Now it's just a fun thing I can do. I'm not really a witch. And I told you guys I practice really hard to get good at it. So I thought this week I would do another witchy cackle for you, but I'm going to show you kind of how I do it. And then if you want to practice it and try it on your own, that's fine with me, as long as your parents are okay with you making witchy noises. Okay, so here's how I do it. First, I take in a really deep breath and I let out a high-pitched kind of squeal like, wee, like that. Okay, so it's like high, breathe in and go, wee, like that. And when I'm doing that noise, I push all the air out of my belly. Okay, it's actually not your belly, it's a part of your muscle. It's a muscle right under your rib cage that's called your diaphragm. That's what I use to push out all the air. And then as I run out of air when I'm doing that squeal, then I go ha 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 ha, okay, with the rest of my air. So it's a deep breath, whee, and then as you run out of air, you go ha 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 ha. Okay, so let me do one for you right now, okay? Let me get a deep breath, get into character. Woo! Okay, so that's how you do it. It's a high and then a okay, guys? So if you want to practice that, go for it, okay? As long as your parents are okay with you making witch noises, of course. But if you think your witch cackle's really good, or if you think it's better than mine, I want to see it, okay? So if you can, video yourself and then email it to me, and I would love to see your witchy cackle. And bonus points if you are in costume, okay? That would be even better. All right, guys? So send me your witchy cackles if you want to try it. All right, guys, I know there's not snow outside, but I found a really great Halloween book that has to do with snowmen. I know, isn't that kind of weird? Because I don't see any snow out right now, but you know what, guys? It's starting to get colder, and I can even remember, must have been when my son was first born, so like 9 years ago, there was a Halloween where it did snow. Yeah, I'm serious. I know a lot of you weren't even born yet, but I swear, ask your parents. 9 years ago, there was a really big snowstorm right before Halloween, and there was snow on the ground for Halloween. So if that happens, this book would be perfect because this book is called Snowmen at Halloween. And this is part of a whole series. There's also Snowmen at Christmas. Oh, at the back of the book, they show you. There's Snowmen at Night, Snowmen at Christmas, Snowmen all year, Snowmen at Work. But this one is Snowmen at Halloween. How cool. All right, so let's take a look what happens when snowmen celebrate Halloween. Look at that, pumpkin's all covered in snow. How weird. Snowmen at Halloween, and this is written by Carolyn Buhner, and pictures are by Mark Buhner. One autumn day, the air turned cold and it began to snow. We went outside and made some snowmen standing in a row. My sister had a box of dress-ups out for Halloween, and soon all those snowmen were the scariest we had ever seen. We went off to a party and trick-or-treating too, then headed home in the dark when everything was through. As we passed our snowmen, I thought I saw one wink. Did they want to have fun too? Well, this is what I think. It's a dark and spooky night, but the snowmen aren't afraid. They'll follow one another in a Halloween parade. Gliding down the moonlit streets into the village square, beckoned by the twinkling lights and lanterns hanging there. They'll see lots of orange pumpkins heaped up in a pile. Every snowman gets to carve a very scary smile. They'll like playing all the games and fishing for a prize, and have their faces painted by an artist in disguise. Some bite into caramel treats, which give them gooey grins. Others bob for apples in the apple bobbing bins. For a coin, the fortune teller sees a snowman's fate. Will it be warm sun or snowstorms they'll anticipate? Maybe they will wander through a maze made out of hay, twisting turns and dead ends to make it fun to find the way. Someone will be telling tales about a snowman ghost. I'll bet spooky stories is what snowmen like the most. If their Halloween's like mine, they'll want to trick or treat and head home with their buckets full of every kind of sweet. There'll be lots of giggling on their way back home from town, and it'll take a while before those snowmen settle down. That's what I thought they'd do, but I guess I'll never know, because it warmed up overnight and melted down the snow. The dress-ups are in piles, but there's something in between. A snowman message just for us. See what it says? Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. All right, so that is Snowmen at Night. I hope you enjoyed it. So this book that we're going to read is about a girl who loves Halloween and loves scaring people. And her name is Mary McScary. And this book is actually written by an author who usually writes chapter books for older students. His name is R.L. Stine, and he is a really well-known chapter book author. And if you have older brothers and sisters who like scary books, they probably know his series called Goosebumps. It's one of the most famous horror series for older elementary school students. So this is a very well-known author who's writing this book, and the illustrations are by Mark Brown. So this is Mary McScary. Meet Mary McScary. She likes to be scary. She doesn't shout boo, she shouts boo! Beware of Mary McScary. Mary scares her dad at breakfast. Mary scares her mom at lunch. Is Mary scary at dinner? You betcha. Beware of Mary McScary. Mary McScary has fun scaring dogs. She likes to scare goldfish too. Mary's so scary, she can scare a balloon. Beware of Mary McScary. Mary can scare just about everyone, except Harry McScary. Harry is Mary McScary's cousin. Harry is coming to visit. Harry does not find Mary scary. Will Mary scare Harry? Today is the day I will finally scare Harry. I can't wait. I can't wait to make him scream. Mary gets ready. She puts on her scariest, hairiest costume. She opens the door with a roar. But Harry is not scared of Mary. Nice hairdo, Mary. Mary McScary tries again. Maybe giant spiders will scare Harry. Look out! Giant spiders! Aw, I love spiders. So cute and cuddly. I'll show you something scary, Harry. Watch out! Gorilla! Wild and ferocious gorilla! Whee! Look, Harry's riding the gorilla. I don't think he's very scared of it. Mary McScary knew this just wouldn't do. I know, slippery, slimy snakes for Harry. Now that's scary. Aw, you give the best hugs. Look, Harry's hugging the snakes. I don't think he's very scared of the snakes. Now, to be honest, if it was me, I'd be scared to death because I don't like snakes. But Harry, he's hugging them. I'll get you, Harry. Now this cat says, don't try this at home, kids. Mary says, help! I'm being eaten by a giant hungry hippo. And then Harry's tickling the hippo and he says, Goochie, 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 goo. I could tickle a hippo all day. I give up. But wait, there's only one thing left to do. Uh-oh. What do you think Mary is going to do to finally scare her cousin Harry? Any ideas? Let's see what she does. You win, Harry McScary. Nothing scares you. And she turns to kiss him. Ew! I told you I was scary. Beware of Mary McScary. The end. So that was Mary McScary, written by R.L. Stine, illustrations by Mark Brown.